So we're going to be diving into Adobe Firefly, and we have 5 well-known game character descriptions that we're going to insert into Firefly and see what it generates. Now, if you missed it where we did the 6 well-known game characters ran through Adobe Firefly, you can check out the link in the description section of this video, as well as in the comments. So first one, this is the easy one. Can Adobe Firefly create Agent 47 for us? Now, again, some of this isn't on just the AI, some of it is on me too, and the descriptions that I either pull from the internet or that I create. Now, the description I have for Agent 47 is a fit, expressionless, bald male with a black suit, red tie, and black gloves. Pretty simple. Now, you can't add in weapons into the description. You can't add in certain things because it is against their terms of service, which I can get why. I can definitely get why. Oh! Hey, you know, again, started with an easy one. But either way, we get a nice array of what Agent 47 could look like. And this actually looks pretty good. Like, for AI generated, this looks like these dudes just like posted up for this. Like, they were just like, all right, this is the Olin Mills of Agent 47 shoots. It doesn't like race descriptions. Yeah, that's what I've learned. Because I tried doing it with McCree and a few other ones where I'd add in like, Caucasian or white or this or that. And it really didn't quite like it, and sometimes it would get denied. I was like, fine, we don't need to be that specific per se. I mean, yes, we're trying to nail a very specific character that's already established, but in the end, we're just trying to see, do we get something with 3 eyes, 2 noses, and, 5 ears or what? Like, what, is this as close as possible? Or can we at least look at it and go, hey, you dressed up like Agent 47 today? You know what I mean? Like, that's all that really matters. And this, so far, nailing it. Look at that. They got a good vibe here. I love this. Now, see, this is a good looking photo right here. Good looking photo right here. This one's a good one too. Yeah, I'm not really seeing too many issues, to be honest. This is kind of weird that we just cut out the guy's, upper section of his head, but okay. It looks like some of the people are being pulled again, or some parts of the people. I'm kind of seeing some similarities here. Interesting that we're finding a lot of people who are bald but have facial hair. I guess there are a lot of people out there that are just like, you know what, screw it. Aerodynamic here, we got to get some roughage right here. Make up for it. And it's interesting too, if you look at it, everyone's like doing something with their hands specifically. Like they're either holding their hands or they're kind of like hands near each other but on the suit. It's just interesting, the similarities or the sort of repeated themes that we're seeing, which, again, AI generation could give you a good sense of, especially if it's pulling from real photos, sort of those standards that a lot of photographers tend to fall in for posing, which is kind of interesting. Okay. Again, I mean, it all still works. We're getting a full spectrum of agents here, which I love. This is cool. This guy here has too sincere of a face, though. He has a baby face. This face is not going to kill you with a gun. This guy's going to kill you with kindness. He's going to like take your dog out for a walk and you're going to be like, "Ah," and then your heart just like explodes out of your chest. That's what I see with this. Which, that's perfect way of killing people too. People are like, "Well, what was the cause of death?" Well, we don't really fucking know, to be honest. There was no poison. There was no marks anywhere on the body. Just heart exploded. When you do art on Adobe Firefly for Agent 47, it almost looks like those AI-generated avatars that people were going crazy for a couple years back. These actually look pretty good. When you throw it in the art filter, it puts together some pretty cool stuff. I'm not going to lie. You see a lot less abnormalities, I guess. Anyone a big fan of this character right here? Anyone a big fan of that character in that world and the characters within that world? Great. Because we're not doing Mario. But who we are doing is Bowser. So the description we have for Bowser is actually off of a wiki site. And it goes like this. An enormous turtle dragon creature with dark yellow skin and a light green head. His snout is beige and bumpy with a cleft chin. He has a large green shell with hexagon-shaped scales, a tan plastron and white edges around the carapace. He also has 2 horns on his head and 10 spikes on his shell, with all brownish orange rings around them. His limbs are very thick and his hands have 4 fingers with white claws, just like his three-toed feet. Now, again, this description might be too much when we're talking about like trying to avoid being too detailed, so you might have to cut back. But honestly, it's easier to par away or to cut back than it is to try to add on. It's working. Oh, hey, okay. It's not Bowser, but it's closer than I expected. It is closer than I expected, to be honest. Because the only thing we didn't say was that it was going to be more humanoid, right? Like he stands on 2 legs. So technically speaking, it hit on a lot of the stuff we put in there. I'm actually quite impressed. I would not mind seeing these in like a fantasy type game. And that's what we mentioned last time we did this, was that some of these actually came out like they were perfect for like a fantasy book or like a sci-fi game or something like that. Not bad. Not really on point, but I think it's pretty hard to get everything that we're looking for because there's just so much detail. AI generators tend to lean towards specifics, and sometimes it will just grab onto a weird thing and try to focus that as much as possible, and then it'll throw off every single image. And do I believe that people should just use AI generation for art? No, pay artists. Unless you're like super broke and you're just trying to do things where you don't make money off of it, you're just kind of putting it out there to help supplement, then I'm okay with it then. Like, I'm flexible with my thoughts on that. But otherwise, like, I think AI generation is really cool because it gives you a sense of what could be, right? It can maybe help inspire or spark the imagination in a way where you go, okay, I can definitely have something created like this in a sense, right? Like I can get some ideas from this of what I like and really make something unique, or I can send it to someone, have an artist put something together that's, truly, really unique. But this just helps you to give some ideas, I think, in a way. Like, it can help with the brainstorming process quite a bit. So there we go. Bowser, I don't know if we're going to get anything different from that, honestly. We could try. Let me try taking out a turtle dragon. Let's just say dragon. With a shell on its back, blah, blah, see what it does. In a way, a little more Bowser-esque, but also a little bit too much dragon and not enough turtle. But some interesting dragons, though, too. Semi-D&D-esque. To be real, I think this is the closest thing to Bowser we're probably going to get. Because we get the big fangs, we get that sort of like evil-looking smile. We're getting a little bit of a shell in the back. But again, it's weird for the AI to go dragon, turtle, combine in that sense, right? This is a character that, even though I've never played the games, I've seen some gameplay of it, and I used to love the cartoon as a kid. And I loved the concept of this character. I thought the concept was so cool. And yet somehow I never got into the games. I don't know. Don't get the pitchforks and torches out or anything. But this is a character I've always thought was so cool. And that is Mega Man. But it is a boy with blue eyes and spiky black hair. Wears a blue bodysuit with large rounded coverings on the lower arms and legs. His helmet has a raised light blue square in the forehead and a light blue ridge running straight back from the square, resembling an exclamation point. Okay, not quite. But again, better than I was thinking. We have a young kid, blue eyes. They're trying to get the helmet, but they just don't really know what to do with it, right? They've got the blue bodysuit. I feel like suit-wise, this is probably the closest on the top right. And probably look-wise, I want to say like something between these two. So you get like little pieces in each one, basically. So here, again, all the characters look quite interesting. I think probably my two favorites would be this kid and this kid. This is like a hood that's trying to be a helmet, but it almost feels like the closest because this one is getting consumed by hair. Otherwise, I feel like the material being used here is probably closer. Woo! Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, for one, this kid has a bike helmet on. But okay, it's a helmet. It's a helmet and it's blue. What the fuck is this? He's got a hand here and a hand here. And we're not sure if he has a hand on this arm. Maybe not. But, yep, that's a thing. And it looks like he's holding in like a weird router or something. What, I don't have a hand like that? No. And plus, it's so confusing. Like, which one do you shake? It's like when people have a lazy eye, you're like, which eye should I look at? You know, like, which one am I focusing in on here? I don't know where he's looking, you know? I will say, though, like, the smile, the eyes, like, everything else looks solid. You know, lighting looks fine. Background's fine. This one. Okay, for one, the hands are all kinds of borked. Because they're like this, kind of. It's weird to explain because it's like they're looking like they're like this, but the thumbs are on this side. So the AI is having a hard time with the hands. And I have seen that. AI seems to have a hard time at times with eyes, hands, and noses at times. Now, it is a full blue bodysuit, so I give him that. And the kid looks fine, mostly. The helmet, though. Like, that is, you are getting some major helmet hair. He could have a big brain, that's true. Or he stole this from a salon. You know, like those women with the beehive hairdos back in the day? They had to put them under something, right? He went to grandma's hair salon, stole that shit, painted it blue, threw it on. You know, you gotta run with what you got. You know, go with the resources you have at hand. So I give this kid props. I feel bad for his hands, but I give this kid props. I give him a high five, but that ain't gonna work. And then we have this. Okay, I'm not gonna lie here. This is probably the closest we're going to get to like, oh, you put together your own Mega Man outfit. That's cute. Now, we don't have the blue eyes, right? There are no blue eyes here, and actually they're slightly different too. This one's darker than this one. But actually the face looks fine. The lighting looks fine. We have that black sort of spiky hair. Now the hat is funky, right? It looks like a weird motorcycle helmet or bike helmet that kind of got like flipped or, you know, molded in a really weird way. But, you know, if you were trying to throw together your own sort of quick cosplay from random resources, it looks like it could be one of those, right? Maybe like, hey, look, it's Muga Man from Wish.com. Dress up today for Halloween. This kid has a growth. Let's be real. Okay, the eyes are all jank, but they are blue. The helmet is super borked. I don't know what happened here. It's like he smashed it up against a wall and then melted it in the microwave. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, we're going to do Pikachu. And the description I have for Pikachu is a small, chubby, and incredibly cute mouse-like creature which is covered almost completely by yellow fur. It has long yellow ears that are tipped with black. There are red circles on the cheeks. Its tail is shaped like a lightning bolt. Let's see what happens. Come on, Pika. Show us your chew. Yep, mouse-like creature, black-tipped ears. We got a mouse that's yellow with the black. I mean, it looks like real Pikachu, kind of. Not quite the same size, right? I mean, Pikachu really is like this. But for the description we have, chubby, small, incredibly cute mouse-like creature. Mostly yellow fur. Yellow long ears tipped with black. Red circles on the cheeks. We're not really getting that. We're getting like red noses. And red on the ears here. I don't know what's going on there. Weird blood circulation. You know, don't judge the mouse, okay? It was born like this, okay? Born this way. All right, let's try art. Now, again, we might actually get a little bit more out of this with art, which is cool. I'm looking forward to this. Oh, shit. Well, I like the art is interesting, for sure. None of them really look like Pikachu. I guess 2 would look like the closest because they're doing some weird shit with the ears. I don't understand the ears. I'm not sure why this one is surrounded in a lake of fire. Yeah, it's a little too fiery. Or they're surrounded by, like, measles or smallpox. I'm not sure. I don't quite get, like, the round circles everywhere, but, you know, there's that. Okay, that's interesting. So when we had the word red involved in the description with the red circles on the cheeks, it made it so things looked more fiery, which is intriguing. But now that we have lightning bolt in the yellow, it's definitely highlighting electricity a hell of a lot more. And for some reason they look like they have jackets on. Okay, well this one looks like it has an apron. This one has an apron on. This one has a jacket out of its own fur. That's kind of weird. That's a little weird. That's like he got a haircut, and then was like, AOG, can you make that into a jacket? And he's like, I got you. And boom, there you go. What would you call that? Like, that's so weird. Like, I'm going to wear a jacket of my own fur? I guess it's better than the jacket of, made out of someone else's fur. Again, with the jackets, why are they all wearing jackets? Like, okay, this one maybe has like a sweater out of its own fur. That's weird. This one legit has a jacket out of its own fur. That's really weird. Why are we going in this direction? Why? I don't even put fur coat. I just put fur. Weird. Okay, so this looks like Grandpa Pika right over here. Little sweater vest and shit. So the last one that we're going to do is Pac-Man. Now, this is an OG Pac-Man. This is like more later Pac-Man. Like, Pac-Man evolved a bit, right? Like, originally it was just legit a circle with a mouth and an eye. And then he evolved and had arms and legs. So this is the more evolved version of Pac-Man that we're going to cover here. Now, this description is based off of a wiki as well. So if this description sucks, it's not my fault. I don't want to hear it in the comments or in chat. Not my fault. Okay, so the description for Pac-Man. Updated, later edition Pac-Man. Round yellow creature that wears orange gloves and shoes. He has triangle-shaped eyebrows. He also has a long nose and a large mouth. I blame you always. I mean, that's fair enough. I blame me too. Let's be real. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, we have the shoes. The shoes are kind of on point. The gloves, sure, good enough. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. This is like a weird fucked up lion. This is like a weird fucked up lion, or like Space Viking Pac-Man is what I'd like to call this. Space Viking Pac-Man. This is a goblin. You cannot tell me otherwise. This is a goblin. Get your ass into World of Warcraft now. This needs to be left in a dumpster and just left there. Just close it, lock it, walk the fuck away. This is a space orange. There you go. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this one. Not because it looks like Pac-Man, but because it does kind of look like a space, like if there was a space casino ran by fantasy creatures, this would be the goblin in charge of that casino. That's why I like this. I like the ponytail, the earrings. I like the outfit. It's just the look. I want to take a drink, but I feel like I shouldn't because of the timing. This dude took like a truck to the face, or like every NHL team just charged him. I feel bad for this thing. You know, if you took Pac-Man and mixed him with a dragon from Spyro, this might actually work. Why a goatee? What are you pulling from, AI? What? None. You know, this is the closest one. This is the closest one, and I don't know why there are horns. I have no idea. It's not like we have the Bowser description in here. Like, this is Pac-Man meets a werewolf. I didn't think I needed that in my life, but clearly the AI thought different. You know, I feel like this could be a No Man's Sky. Again, fantasy fantasy space thing. This is the minion that works for the goblin that we saw previously. If there is a developer out there working on another horror mascot game, I got something for you. Round yellow creature that wears orange gloves and shoes. He has triangle-shaped eyebrows, also a long nose and a large mouth. The AI went, fuck you, here's a bird. Eastern European holiday? What did I miss here? Also, you have so many fingers, sir. You should get that looked at. You know, some of the people that survived Chernobyl, some of them just didn't come out quite right, you know? Man, why? Why? Where's your bottom lip? Why is your tongue out? Man, your eyes are borked. That's just my drugged up Florida uncle, Steve. You should see him with his pet alligator. It's actually a dog. This guy looks like he belongs on like a rip-off Bollywood dating service. What the hell are his pants made of? Which one? This one? This one here? I would say the hair of his great-grandmother and hopes and dreams. Jesus Christ. Why? Holy shit. It's like the crossover we never wanted between Oompa Loompas and Minions. What the shit? Girl, why is your head so big? Why are your hands so borked? Why? Why? You are not Pac-Man. You know, I know these are AI generated, but it's so hard to say anything because they're the faces of kids. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be mean, but at the same time, I know this is all AI generated and things were pulled, like Frankenstein's monster, and we're clearly seeing that. You know, you start seeing things, and your brain is trying to process it and make sense of it, and it just can't. And that's what I've hit when it came to seeing this. By the way, if you're looking to date someone, he looks like he's good material. You know what I mean? Look at him. You could clear out your pipes and entertain your kids. But thank you for checking out the top 5 video game characters ran through AI generation. If you liked what you saw, make sure to subscribe, like the video, hit the bell icon, all the above. You've heard it before, you'll hear it again. But it is the best way to get notified when more videos like this go live from me, MindMine, on YouTube as well as on Twitch. Come on over, subscribe if you so like, but you can also follow for free and hang out with us live. Give us your feedback on crazy things like this. Until then, I will see you in the next video.